Hello, my name is Ted Lederer, and you're watching another episode of It's All About Art. Today we're in conversation with sculptor Jim Ramsay at his place of work in Vancouver. Jim, thank you. This is a little bit different. We're in your office where you do your art direction. When you're not doing sculpture, you work in the movie industry.
Yes, indeed.
So this exhibition opens on
April 14th.
April 14th, runs for the month of April into May. So Secret Satisfaction, Jim, that's the title of the show?
William Heath Robinson quote. William Heath Robinson was sort of the precursor to Rube Goldberg. He was the English version. And he invented these mad things, devices that would take 10 times as many people to operate to do the same thing.
Yes.
The quote was basically that he found a secret satisfaction in people thinking that he was quite mad.
So Jim, the kind of sculpture that you do is really very, very different on many levels. You sculpt with paper. So talk to us a little bit about sculpting with paper.
More immediate, perhaps, yes, in terms of you can have 3 or 4 generations of mistakes all lined up on a shelf to show you the process to where you're actually going to head with that final piece. There's that. It's certainly a more affordable way to make mistakes than others. Just really quite simple, quite nice, and quite immediate.
Now, I think that you simplify it to the point of not giving it its due in as much as you design the patterns and you cut out to make the shapes and build the product. So, for instance, The Grudge, one of your series that you did was about grudges.
Carrying your grudge. Someone has to carry your grudge. And what is your grudge, and could it be delivered by somebody?
But your idea was, if I was going to deliver a grudge, I would do it in an ape.
Yeah, I would think an ape would be a perfect.
So
it's kind of rickety. It's going down the road. It's angry. You know. It's only got 3 wheels already. It's angry. You know?
Right.
Everyone else has got 4 wheels. I've only got 3. I'm angry already.
So you give me this vehicle for me now to express whatever grudge it is that I have.
Exactly right. And you work your magic on it.
Yes.
And when it's sitting next to another person's grudge.
Yes.
You could see the relationship. You could see it came from the same parents. And that's really cool, but, you know, you go, I can see the relationship, but I really, you know, there's different people are involved in this totally.
Okay, so now you just spoke to the second part of this, which is that you're very much a collaborator, and all of the pieces in your exhibitions are collaborative pieces.
Some of them are actually collaborations with myself, which is always difficult. I'm the worst person to deal with. Just the worst boss, that sort of thing. But all of them basically are a process of creating a notion of some object and what it would mean to people.
Yes.
And then how they specifically feel about it. And together we'll create a piece that has a heritage that the next piece will have too, from a different collaborator, but are so totally different.
Right.
That it is, you know, sort of hard to believe they're related. Right. They're not twins. They're obviously not twins. They're twins from different mother.
So tell me a little bit about some of the artists that you've worked with, because it ranges from local people who don't have much of a profile to people who have quite a significant profile.
Exactly. I mean, I'm thinking in terms of Pat Keck, who's probably the most high-profile artist I've ever actually worked with. She's a Boston-based artist who does some of the most amazing hand-carved wooden puppets, automatons, that sort of thing, in major museums. And shows in Ireland and shows in you know, over the States and things like that. And I'm always surprised. I mean, people are totally. It's as it gives them a chance to take their art, step back for a second, and not take it quite so seriously, because you know you're just working on this little throwaway piece. It's not really throwaway because it's very precious when it's finished, but in their terms. It's not a 7-month process to build this thing. It gets done so fast because they're so enthused, because it gives them use to their vocabulary, but in a way that really doesn't affect their career arc or whatever you want to call it.
So you've done the Grudge series. You did the 49,
like the Lead Sled, the 49 Merc.
49 Merc series.
That actually was the start of the whole thing, because I had done a lot of cutout books, New Year's cards over the years, and no one would ever build them because they go, oh look, it's so precious, you know, the sheet's too nice, I can't make a photocopy if you want. But no, you know, it's all just too nice to cut. And also it's a bit involved. I mean, it looks pretty straightforward, but once you get into it, it's just a huge pain sometimes. So I had these cars. I have a 49 Merc that I want to finish someday, and I'd asked 25 artists to give me suggestions for what I might finish it as. I mean, not thinking that I would actually,
Right.
cover it in gummy bears, like one artist did, or something, just different things, but just to see what would happen. And the results were amazing.
What else have you done? Because this show is a retrospective.
Indeed. So let's see, it was the Cars, then it was The Grudge. I get a little more esoteric. You see, once I had this power, I could command 25 artists to do things for me.
Right.
Then I could move on a little more, a more weird sort of nature. And then I decided The Town Without Pity, which, because the first two were basically me mass-producing the same thing 25 times, basically the same thing over and over. So I thought, I'm good at this now. I have no problem. So 25 different buildings in The Town Without Pity, which was the height of insanity. But it was great. It was a wonderful show.
Right.
And then we moved on to, I say we as if it was like we're all in my room together doing it, my studio. We moved on to, the last one was called Flawed. And basically, it was sort of a tribute to 10 local artists I'd worked with in the past.
Jim, the process that you do is so fascinating, and I thank you for sharing that with us. Is there anything else that you want to share with myself, the viewers, about the process, the show, who you are, what this is about?
All I could really suggest is that, when they come to the show, take me aside and force me to explain some of the things that I've done, because unless there's actually a specific question, everything that's done is done in the past, and everything that's there is sort of an artifact of a process I can't even really remember now.
So, Jim, the show begins April 14th, and it's going to run for about a month, and I anticipate you'll have a whole bunch of the artists there.
I would imagine, yes, indeed.
Thank you so very, very much for having us over today.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
My name is Ted Lederer. You've been watching another episode of It's All About Art, and we've been in conversation with sculptor Jim Ramsay, and I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. Bye for now.